Hi, my name's Cambry Payne. If you're watching this video, I assume you're interested in my research project called Embodying Autism. This video is a chance for you to get to know a bit more about the project and to get to know me as the researcher. So let me start by introducing myself. I'm a PhD researcher at the University of Adelaide in South Australia. I work in the School of Social Sciences in the field of gender studies and autism studies. My PhD research is in the field of critical autism studies, which is a field of study that centres autistic voices and autistic researchers and challenges the idea of autism as a disorder or a tragedy or a disability sometimes. Most people working in critical autism studies believe that autistic people can and should speak for themselves rather than people in the medical field, such as psychologists or doctors speaking for them about their experiences. I'm autistic myself and I have autistic children, so I hope I can make this project a better experience than a lot of autism research has historically been. Let's see, what else do you need to know about me? I am a queer trans man. My pronouns are he and him. So this project is obviously welcoming to people from pretty much any background, any identity, and we'll be working to make it a safe place. I am a cat person. You definitely, if you join the project, hear at least once about my fur baby Merlin. I'm also a writer. I primarily write science fiction and fantasy, but I have been delving into pretentious philosophy. That will not come into the project, I promise. My current favourite stim toy is an old school pipe, which I don't smoke, I just suck on it. I also really hate talking about myself like this, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce the project. So the aim of this project is to explore how autistic adults think about our experiences living in an autistic body and what those experiences mean to us. I obviously believe that autistic adults are experts in our own experiences. And in this research, I'm asking how you think about your reality rather than how a medical expert might describe it. So, like most people working in critical autism studies, I think it's very important for autistic voices to be centered in research about autism rather than someone who might claim to be an expert but who doesn't have personal experience in it. So this particular project is looking at autism as an embodied experience. That is something that's felt and lived in the body as much as in the mind or as a social thing. So a lot of medical professionals tend to focus on the social aspects of autism or a few specific bodily things like sensory overload or things like that. But while those things are obviously important, they don't tell the whole story of what it's like to live as an autistic person. I also hope that the research will help non-autistic people understand a bit more about what it's like to experience living as autistic. And I want to promote the idea that we can speak for ourselves without preconceived notions of what autism is getting in the way. So if you want to be a part of this project, you need to be 21 or older, living in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the UK, or the USA, and obviously you have to be autistic. For the purposes of this project, we are asking for people who've been diagnosed by some kind of medical professional, whether it's a psychologist, a GP, a counsellor, or another healthcare provider. I know that self-diagnosis is a difficult topic for a lot of us. I want to clarify that I don't consider self-diagnosis invalid in any way, particularly given how expensive and difficult it can be to access formal diagnosis. However, in order to meet academic standards, we do require you to have some kind of confirmation that you're autistic. You don't have to have a formal diagnosis, and I'm not going to be asking for your medical records. So this project will consist of online group chats using the Discord app. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I will be able to help anyone who's unfamiliar with it once you've signed up. The project will run for 3 to 6 months, depending on how the group's going, how often people are able to participate, and how much information we're able to collect. So the 4 main areas of embodiment that I would like to discuss during the time are very broad, but they are gestures. So that includes body language, nonverbal communication, physical interactions with other people and your surroundings. The second is senses and sensations. So that's obviously the 5 senses, temperature, unusual physical sensations, responses to texture, that kind of thing. Third is embodied emotion. So things like blushing, increased heart rate, physical reactions to emotion, how it feels in the body. And the 4th is gender and sexuality, which I think is an often overlooked category. So we're looking at embodied experiences that directly relate to gender experience, gender identity, sex or sexual orientation. At the beginning of the project, I'll be asking you to discuss what aspects of embodiment are most important to you. These early discussions will help guide the major themes of the research and make sure that your views are the main focus, since there's not much point having autistic voices if I'm telling you what to say. We might also discuss how the online space will be structured, if we'd like to have set meeting times, and any other part of the research that might be important to you. So this will be a collaborative effort. The aim of the project isn't just to find out what your experiences are and how you understand them. It's also to provide an opportunity for you to help direct the research so it focuses on what's important to you. Because we'll mostly be using text-based chat, you can join whenever you're ready, add to whatever conversations are interesting to you. And you don't need to be able to use verbal communication, so it hopefully will be more accessible to more people. You don't have to join in all the conversations or any particular conversation or at any particular time. There's no minimum time commitment. I'd hope over the months that it's open, you'd all be able to spend, an hour or 2 over that whole time, but it really is up to you. Of course, I hope you'll find the project interesting and you'll enjoy talking with each other. I really have tried to design a project that will create a sense of community and a space where we can learn from one another, as well as doing research that can help inform other people. I hope to begin the project around the end of March, as long as we've got enough people ready to go by then. And people can join whenever they like once the Discord app is open. Because we could have participants in several different time zones, it's likely people will just pop in and out whenever they're ready. So you'll be able to join in whenever you have time. For anyone who has concerns about privacy in a project like this, we're setting up the project so that everyone is anonymous. At the beginning of the project, I will ask you to create an anonymous username that you don't use on any other social media or online anywhere, and an anonymous avatar, just for use in the project that you won't use again anywhere else. If I quote you in any publication afterwards, I will use that username. So no one will know your name other than me, and I'll only get that at sign up, and it won't be used at any other point in the project. So if you're interested in joining the project, please email me at canberry.payne@adelaide.edu.au. I'll leave the email address in the description box below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Please try and indicate your interest before the end of March 2021. I might be able to be a little flexible past that date. It will depend on how many people have signed up and when we end up starting the project. So I can't guarantee that you'll be able to join after the project has begun. But thank you for your time, and I hope that I'll be able to chat to you in a Discord server soon.